Yankees, they keep winning. They fell behind 5-0 before they came storming back. Giancarlo Stanton got it started. Aaron Judge had an RBI. There were 2 catchers' interference in this game in the same inning. It's the second time since '61 that there were 2 catchers' interference in the same inning. Pedro Severino in 2020, and then last night Sean Murphy of the Oakland A's. Yankees win 9-5. The Red Sox 7-game winning streak comes to an end as Kevin Gausman, very good, looked to be returning into form as 10 strikeouts over 7 shutout innings, and the Blue Jays go on to win 7-2. The Guardians have lost 5 in a row. Okay, they get swept over the weekend by the Boston Red Sox, and then the Minnesota Twins come into town. Gary Sanchez, 4 RBIs. Carlos Correa went deep for the 5th time this season. They scored 11 runs against Cleveland. Guardians fall 11-1. And don't look now, Anthony, the Orioles have their first winning month, since August of 2017. They're starting to play some pretty good baseball.
I love this team. They got a lot of really good young hitters that are really starting to swing it well. Again, to me, it's that Adley Rutschman effect. But between Austin Hayes, Cedric Mullins has been playing better, Ryan Mountcastle. There's so many guys on this team for this city to be excited about.
And some Orioles young prospects on the way.
Absolutely. Well. Orioles beat the Mariners 9-2. Al, this is not a young prospect. This is Adam Wainwright. Spectacular again against the Marlins.
Fantastic. Couldn't be happier for a great guy. And it's awesome. I mean, Anthony, watching him, I mean, dare I say, is he pitching better now than he did?
It feels like it. Each of the last 2 seasons.
He can't leave now. I mean, he's got to play for 1 more year.
And I 100%. First of all, he has a great time.
Yeah,
he's having a blast.
Juan Yepes also had a big night at the plate. And speaking of big nights, let's celebrate Chad Kuhl with the complete game shutout. 5 strikeouts as the Rockies are shut out at Coors Field for the first time since 2016. The last time there was a complete game shutout of the Rockies against the Dodgers at Coors Field, Tyler Anderson was the pitcher who was starting last night for the Los Angeles Dodgers. All right, this is what the evening slate looks like. We're going to get the day started with some afternoon baseball in Cleveland between the Twins and the Guardians as the Guardians try to snap their losing streak. We've got a game for you. It'll be out on the West Coast, 9:45 Eastern Time, Giants and Tigers, and it will be 6:45 local time.
Betts leading off second, and he's about to steal third. A line drive base hit into left field.
If he doesn't take off, he probably has to hold.
Runner goes, and it's a hit and run, and it works to perfection.
He easily gets to third base.
Great base running.
Runner goes, swing the line drive, left center field. Robbie Grossman around second, heading to third. Relay from Rios to the plate. Not in time. Great running by Robbie Grossman.
And that just crushes a pitcher.
All right, time for the hit and run. I throw out the topics. These guys weigh in. Sonny Gray yesterday, Al, 3 strikeouts, 7 innings of work. He said he was angry at his pitching coach, who's going to be leaving at the end of this series to take the job for the LSU Tigers, Wes Johnson. But Sonny Gray, tremendous last night.
Yeah, and not only last night. I mean, look, he was traded in March from the Reds over to Minnesota. It's a great pickup, 4-1, a low 2 ERA, and the dude can pitch. I mean, nasty 2 different breaking balls, good changeup. He's found a home there. I mean, you look at the numbers. This is really exceptional of what Sonny Gray's done since the March trade.
Meantime, Anthony, the Cleveland Guardians, who the Twins beat last night, they've lost 5 in a row after that hot stretch.
Hot streak.
They had won 7 consecutive series, but now, since they've been back at home, not the same results.
No, the offense, they've got a few young guys who have really played well for them, but obviously that offense hasn't been going. The pitching staff, really, it's been the starters haven't gotten it done over the last several. McKenzie yesterday just really struggled. But that team, look, they have a lot of good young talent. They're still in it. They played a far less games than the Twins, same amount of losses. So, look, they get on a hot streak. They're right back up there, and they're in that AL wildcard race.
You know, we talk about it here a lot. You got Jose Ramirez, who may win the American League MVP.
Yeah.
You got, as you mentioned, some young players. Obviously, there's talent there. But in the last 5 games, the losses, you have Jose Ramirez. He's 5 for 18. In one of the games, he was 3 for 4. So finally, if you pitch around your superstar player, make him swing.
The other guys have to produce.
Yeah, then the onus goes like, okay, who else has got it?
Right.
And
they do put the ball in play, but other than Ramirez, and maybe Franmil Reyes, not a lot of big boppers.
Not a lot of power. Not a lot of power.
Right.
Quan, Oscar Gonzalez, the type of guys that have been really performing well for them, but they need those guys in the middle to produce the big runs.
Look, their ERA during the stretch 6.14, but you're not going to win many baseball games. In the 5 losses, 1.8 runs per game.
Yeah, they haven't been doing
that's really hard to win.
The New York Yankees won again. We showed it to you just a few moments ago, coming from behind to beat the Oakland A's. And Anthony, this is right in your wheelhouse. Sean Murphy of the Oakland A's called for two catcher interference in the same inning. And that was a big part of the comeback. Yeah,
that literally was the start of the whole rally, was those two, a walk, a hit by pitch. You put all that together. This is an interesting one because for me, you knew when there were certain guys that you'd face. And actually, there was one with the Yankees at the time. I'm sorry, he was with the Red Sox at the time, Jacoby Ellsbury. I went into that game. He's the only guy that ever got me in the big leagues with this. And my coaching staff told me beforehand, hey, be careful. Sometimes he swings real late. Don't get too close. Don't reach out. It can happen, especially now in today's game.
Well, he said that because, with the big guys, Judge and Giancarlo
he tries to get in there.
That he said, I just have to be careful because those guys are so
long
big.
Arms. And in today's, you try to, as a hitter, you try to let the ball get so deep. Occasionally, it gets a little bit deeper than you want it to. These aren't, that first swing, that's not a great swing.
Let me ask
Aaron
you,
Judge.
Anthony, where those setups and the view we had, that looked really close. I love the catcher getting underneath because they're still, especially on breaking balls.
Framing, that's what we're trying to do.
They'll steal a breaking ball that would normally look way outside or inside. Do you lose your positioning sometimes? Do you kind of forget where you are?
You can. When you're thinking about the framing and then you have things like this happen, you have to all of a sudden move back. I remember there was a time with the Mets when Travis d'Arnaud, he's been a great framer, always has been, still is. But there was time he was getting hit in the head a lot with foul balls, and they said, hey, maybe if you just take a half a tick back. And he couldn't do it. He wanted to be up in the action to help with the framing. So, yeah, you don't want to lose your space, your feel back there because you're just so comfortable in one spot.
Oakland A's and New York Yankees continue their series in the Bronx tonight. Let's talk about Paul Goldschmidt. 4 more hits yesterday, including a home run. I think it's fair to say he is the NL MVP frontrunner right now. Easy.
That's, there'll be others in there. But look, he's 347 on the year. I know he missed the cycle with the triple there, but every facet of his game has been MVP-like, really.
Absolutely. And with Harper, Betts, and Machado all going down,
that's true.
This guy is, and the season he's having, first of all, I don't even know if I could put any of them in front of him anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
The season he's having right now. But you take into consideration that they've all been down, with injuries. Pete Alonso having a great year, but I don't think you can compare those numbers.
Yeah, real quick on the injury front. Jack Flaherty did say, I'm going to come back. I'm going to pitch again. Left his last start. He's had some shoulder issues. They're calling this a arm fatigue. But, boy, if he comes back with the way Goldschmidt and Arenado and some of the other pieces there. Adam Wainwright. Yeah. This is a team that could definitely make a deep run.
Michaelis has been good.
Michaelis, very good.
Yeah, they're going to be there.
I think this Cardinals team is your surprise potential World Series rep in the NL. They are that good.
What was not good was what happened over the weekend between the Angels and the Mariners. You've seen the video by now hundreds of times, either here on this network or on social media. There's Anthony Rendon with the cast. He got a suspension. There was a bevy of suspensions that were handed down by Major League Baseball. The most heavily suspended person in this was the manager, Phil Nevin, who he had been interim manager for 19 games out, but now suspended for 10. And because he's a manager, he has no recourse to appeal. So his suspension begins right now.
Yeah, and I think, once the melee's over and the umpires fill their report and it goes back to baseball, I think why it was so high. First of all, your pitchers have to protect your guys. And this is a part of, maybe people don't get that, as far as the policing within the game. To me, it was pretty obvious, I think, what transpired the night before here. Like
now,
that.
Mariner fans are going to point to Justin Upton, the former Angel, getting hit before this series.
All right, so then here we go. Then if that's what they thought, then okay, there's the policing within the game happens of what we just watched.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine why after that. I know there were warnings that it took another inning to hit Winker. Yeah. To then for this melee. And
see, I feel like you get one bite at the apple.
Right.
That's
right. That
when
was
you
it.
start to do more than that, that's when guys start to get upset, because now you're messing with careers intentionally, and you're doing it repeatedly, where it becomes like okay, we have to stand up for ourselves again. We've already thrown at your guy. Now we're going to fight.
All right, listen, I don't know Jesse Winker, but like for him to not understand that something was going to happen, I know you're hot, you're mad,
No, I think his thing, and I don't know for sure. I think the anger comes from, again, hey, you had the whole first inning to hit someone. And now it's my fault that you can't locate and hit someone?
You didn't
now
do your
I
job.
have to
No. It's if you look from the Angels side, that your dude threw right over the head of the best player on our team and the planet. And
Winker also
retaliation.
Probably got suspended for, giving the double birds to the ham and eggers in the stands. But hey, I appreciate his fight, and I know guys get feisty, and I can't imagine what's it like to compete at this level. So.
Well,
things get hot. Things get heated. We've been in fight. I mean, I'm sure you've been in bench clears. That was an interesting one. That one got a little bit. That was a melee. That got going. I've been in the bench clears where it's more like people just holding each other back, not a lot of punches thrown, nothing. And I've been in big brawls, and that was a brawl. That's why you see all those suspensions. And a lot of those suspensions are guys, including Phil Nevin, who weren't necessarily. They're not players. They're not on the field. So when you leave your position and Anthony Rendon is on the IL. He's not supposed to be out there. Even the Angels are probably going, Anthony, get back in the dugout. Don't be doing that. I mean, I know he's probably done for the year.
As it's been documented, the interpreter.
Yes.
The Angels interpreter also got slapped with a 2-game suspension. Let's talk about a trade that happened yesterday. Carlos Santana going from Kansas City to the Seattle Mariners. Al, where are you on this deal?
Look, the Mariners know that they did some things, certainly starting with Robbie Ray, the signing of the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner. I always liked Santana, his ability on base, take his walks, put the ball in play. Maybe the new place, and with Ty, as you mentioned,
Ty
Francis.
France,
he's out. So, why not? I don't know what the package of minor leaguers they gave up. They need a kickstart.
I just love the door that this opens for the Royals and their prospect, Vinny, I don't want to say this wrong, Pasquantino? Is that, am I right there?
I think that's right.
It's a good name. He has shown a lot in the minor leagues, and I really think, they're not doing well. They're looking to bring guys up, get them experience, especially at this point of the year, and get some excitement back in that city. I love the idea.
I like that,
All right, time to step aside here on MLB Central. When we come back, Steve Phillips